Hey guys, so one of the tactics that was constantly used was a triangulation tactic, where they would use in groups. Okay, it would be they would take an X with his wife and myself, and then it would almost make it seem like in the group, like I broke them up, and then they would move me to the next guy and the next guy and the next X, like that. And then the exes would tell me that if it wasn't for them breaking up with me, they would not have received 100,000 Rand. Another triangulation that the therapist has used with me was when I was staying at my places, I wasn't allowed to have any friends come over, or if people do come over, then they would turn the person against me so that they keep me isolated. Um, the same thing would be with my family. They would pay them lump sums, make them angry, and then it's almost like they all need to shunt me. Another thing that had to happen was they would constantly throw in my face that I smoke cigarettes and I don't belong to Islam. They would then throw in my face that I don't wear a scarf and I don't dress appropriately for Islam. Another thing would be that I don't pray enough. Um, yeah, so it's been going on that like that for decades, and if I don't abide by the rules of my brothers and my sisters, then they tell me that I better just take it the way, like my sister would say, you better just take it because you called for this, so you don't want to listen, so you have to just take it whether you like it or not, and you have to accept it. The same thing came from Noreen. She was the creative writer. It's my brother's sister-in-law. They stay in Port Elizabeth, my brother Farad's sister-in-law, and Tasneem. Now, my brother Farad went for 4 months in Jamaat to India. Okay, so he's a Tabligh. I'm not Tabligh, I'm Sunni. My parents were not very strict Muslims, hence because he was taking the payout from my ex-husband's family, um, it was almost like he made himself look like he's more holier than what he actually is. But yeah, the idea was to keep me isolated with no friends, no family. It was almost like they needed me to be in a mental prison in order this is how it looked to me. They needed me to be in a mental prison in order for me to commit suicide on my own, so that they can't say that it's them, you know. So it's been going on like that for like so long already, non-stop. Even when my daughter Azra was sexually molested, the dockets was getting missing. With the inheritance, the dockets was getting missing. With the maintenance court cases, the dockets was all getting missing. What I did was, with the maintenance, I made copies of the maintenance case file, so I had extra copies. But yeah, when it came to the inheritance, it's almost like I've been put in a situation because my daughter's grandfather left her the inheritance. It's like I've been put in a situation with Abdurrahman that it's now an investment account, and the account needs to be invested in, and I need to work. It's almost like I need to work on social media, and nothing was given to me. They don't give me anything when it comes to my daughter Azra. Um, it's like they need me to um, do the adverts on TikTok, or they need my face, or they need me to perform certain things when it comes to social media. I must work for them, you know. Um, and My son is in the public eye, he's dead as well. And it's almost like they needed me to stand in the forefront, hence my ex-husband had his wife and his side woman. um, some of them still stay there at the house that was supposed to be given to my daughter Azra, but it wasn't. Abdurrahman kept everything. um, when I asked Abdurrahman, he told me he doesn't know, and then he cut the call. um, Hence, I received the motion of notice. Everything was, he was just supposed to pay the back pay. That was what Azra's dad owed for maintenance, because he hasn't taken care of her since the age of 3 years old. And she's already 12 years old. So each time I went to the courts because I needed help with Azra, because I just get one income. Also, um, my family, my brother Ismail, and my daughter's father, Muhammad Suleiman Dokrat, the two of them have been talking, and they have been like liaising with each other without me knowing. So there was a whole lot of documents. I did not sign surety to know that they are next of kin. They opened up policies in my name, accidental death cover policies. So what they would do is they would scare us out of every house that we stayed in, so it looks like flight or fight. There was definitely a psychologist that is managing all of this with my brother Ismail, and with my daughter's father, because it was too much of, how can I say, it was just too well planned. And then another thing that they wanted me to do was write my book. So every goal that I had, they would take that away from me. My TikTok shop that I paid for, they would take it away from me. I opened up a company called Lust for Dust. It's a detergent company. They would take that as well. I would open up, it was a detergent company with a cleaning company together, but they would steal everything to such an extent where they left me with nothing. When myself and Azra moved to KZN, to Durban, my niece's mother-in-law then stole all my, she went through all my bags and stole half my bedding, my curtains. It's almost like they would rob us in every possible way. So when I end up going to my brother's or my sister's houses, then I would see my things like their places. Very, it's almost like I must allow them to hurt and abuse me. And if I say anything, then they would abuse me. So it's been going on like that for decades with my sister Fiza and her husband. My husband would take photos of Azra, and she would send it to Azra's dad. And then I was told on the internet that Azra was getting sold, but because she's a virgin and she's only 12 years old. So the 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 diversity of the whole abuse came from Fadil Sirkot, the Sirkot family, my ex-husband Muhammad Suleiman Dokrat, the Dokrat family in Pretoria and Laudium. Some of it also came from the Ghani family. They were busy writing my book. So it was Aziza and it was Muntaz Ghani in Laudium. And then it was the abuse that the campaign smear was coming from the Bellum family, which was Imran Bellum, and from Natasha Bellum, from yeah, it was like just from the whole entire Ballum family. And it was going on and on and on, and I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I'm going to make a part two to this one. So, yeah, it was like just, it had no end when it came to the abuse and everything that was going on. I had to figure everything out. It was like I was blindfolded. So, yeah.